about me is I am a transfer student. So I transferred in about, I believe, a whole year ago. So I've been at St. Mary's for a full year. And honestly, going into it, it was a bit intimidating, but you have to realize that the faculty in this department, they will work with you to get on track. And I believe planning out my senior year, I'm already 3 classes, or 2 classes that I don't, I could take for fun for senior year. So it's been really awesome to be part of such a great department. And not only am I getting my credential and master's in the 5 years, it's pretty incredible that I get to gain a bunch of resources from the school, because the teaching track at St. Mary's is one of the best in the whole country. And people around in my neighborhood, when they find out I'm from St. Mary's and I'm doing the JCL program, they commend me and say, you are an awesome person for doing that. So I have a great humility in knowing that I am part of a great organization.
Thank you, Ashley. How about you, Frank? You want to share a little bit now too?
Yeah, sure. So, being a split math and JCL major, it's a pretty unique experience because you're bringing together kind of 2 seemingly very different majors. But in reality, the JCL major has really helped me kind of put my future math teaching into a perspective that is able to connect it to students who maybe don't usually connect with math. And I know a lot of students have trouble with math. So it's been a great opportunity for me to kind of explore a lot of the factors that play into education, not just in the classroom, but we're talking at a political level, at a social level, that maybe a lot of programs don't consider. So JCL really gives me that. And I'll echo what Ashley said, that the faculty has been fantastic in terms of advising and kind of helping me carve a pathway for myself. I've really enjoyed the opportunity to start my credential classes as an undergrad in the 4+1 program, which is a pretty unique experience and really cool, because now I'm ahead of the curve for next year. I'll be starting my 5th year and I'll already have classes done for that, which allows me to also, as part of the program, complete my master's in that 5th year as well. So it's a really great experience.
Thanks, Frank. Taylor, do you want to share now?
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I always have issues with the mute button. So coming into college, you're thinking about what major you're going to go into. And when I first came to St. Mary's, I was actually a politics major. And towards the end of my freshman year, I was like, I don't think that this is for me. Not because it's not a good program, just because I just didn't feel like I was thriving in that program. Like I didn't feel like I was learning things that would push me to actually pursue the career that I wanted to pursue, even though I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was actually able to go to Monica, the chair of the department, and I sat down with her and I talked to her about my goals of, pursuing nonprofit, and we came up with a whole plan in order to make sure that I'll graduate in 4 years. And what I can say about the JCL program is that I leave every single class feeling provoked to think about something new. And I think that's so important, because oftentimes we go to class and we're just like, I'm just here to get the grade. But the JCL program is it's so special to where you can't go into those classes and only think about the grade. Even if you go in there and okay, I want to get an A, yes, you can get an A, or yes, you will get a B, or yes, you will get the grade that you want if you work really hard. But at the same time, if you leave and you don't take anything away, that means you didn't do it right. So I think it's really awesome that the professors are super supportive. I have a relationship with the chair of the department. You can't say that about every single school. So it's really important to just take advantage of, being in classes that are small, where you can open up, where you can talk to people. And I think that's my favorite part of the program.
And I just wanted to add on to that. When it comes to the professors that are in our department and beyond our department, each one of them are so passionate about teaching. And I think that's something that a lot of other schools don't really focus on. And the teachers want you to come out of the class every day, like Taylor said, to be invoked in different ideas. And just this morning, I was in an environmental class, and I'm still thinking about what we learned in that class today. So I think it's really making me more passionate about different topics, such as environmental studies, even though I'm a JCL major. So I definitely believe that the JCL program is the well-rounded world. I feel with all the majors compacted to one.
Thank you. Isabella, do you want to talk a little bit about maybe your own experience and then a little bit about the teacher education track?
Yeah, I briefly wanted to touch on the fact that although we do offer these really awesome integrated, accelerated programs for students who want to be teachers, JCL is very much a major for everybody. I think the common themes that kind of run through all of our courses, regardless of what your future holds or what you're interested in doing down the line, we often think and theorize about these systems of powers or structures of inequities in these different areas of education, in the environment, and then the social world. But then another aspect that's super central to our program is the community engagement aspect. And so that's where we have students go into community classrooms or into community-based organizations, and they experience how these aspects of power play out in those real life scenarios. So I think that's an aspect of our program that's super special. It's super unique. And I think that it's valuable regardless of the career that you want to pursue in the future, because you'll be exposed to these environments where you can apply what you're learning in the classroom directly to the work that you want to do. And so with that being said, regardless of whether or not you want to be a teacher or not, I recommend JCL for everyone. I actually majored in JCL when I was in school way back when. And I just kind of found myself in education, but it's really for anyone, and it can prepare you to do anything. I think after I graduated, I actually got my master's in business management. So I just want to reiterate that this is not a program only for educators. It's a program for everybody, and you can really kind of pave your own path depending on what your interests are, and we can all help you sort of find your way, right? Because I think for me, I tell a lot of young people, like, college is a time to find yourself and find what you're passionate about, but we can definitely help you along the way. And to kind of switch gears and put on my education hat, I do want to reiterate that we offer, because I know it gets confusing, we have a lot of acronyms. We love acronyms at St. Mary's. You'll hear a lot of them, but I just wanted to reiterate that we have 3 different educational pathways that you could pursue. The first 2 are integrated programs, which means that you can finish your BA and your credential in 4 years. And that includes our special education credential, which is mild to moderate, and then multiple subject, which is K-8 education. With special education, you have the opportunity to teach special education classrooms in grades K-12. And then lastly is our single subject JCL 4+1 minor. So that is still a 4+1 program, meaning that you'll get the BA or your BS in the subject you wish to teach. And then in the 5th year, that's when you finish up your credential, but you also have the option to tack on a master's degree as well. The master's degree is true for the other 2 programs as well. Just because you get your credential and your bachelor's in 4 years doesn't mean you have to stop there. We have another program in which you could come back for a 5th year and get a master's in education as well. So again, I know this is a ton of information, and it's a short amount of time. We're throwing this all at you, and I'm sure you all have gotten a ton of information from us already. But just know that beyond today, we will also be available for your questions and concerns, especially around this educational component, because I do know that there's a lot of information and decisions that go into it. So thank you for listening.